Good evening, and welcome everyone to Bad Fanfiction Live. My name is Master Gamington Smythe III. Welcome back, dear viewers. And we're actually here for a bit of an impromptu version of events. You see, unfortunately, I did a massive mistake. And I actually mistook myself into thinking that that was the end of my Immortal. Whereas actually, we have some more chapters to read. It's not many, but it's enough to make another stream. I thank everybody for actually pointing me in the right direction as in regards to this particular issue. So, I hope everyone is all settled in. And first of all, just be sure that, as usual, we are going to be making links to the Muffin Fund. Put them in the chat. Now, if anyone is interested in making a tip, please be sure check the link there to add your own contribution to the Muffin Fund. That's all I shall say in the matter. How is everyone doing tonight? I would very much actually like to see if anyone is here for the first time. But anyway, just let us know if this is your first time here. And I see Daniel Cotter for the start. He's able to make it tonight. Welcome, Daniel. Welcome, mods. Good to see you all. But that is not the reason that we're here. The real reason we're here is to actually finish off what we began. Because we wouldn't be fanfiction hunters without actually going forth and checking what is available. In any case, let us now waste no more time and begin with Chapter 36, My Immortal, The Return. And I can see Roxas Unrelink Gaming XYZ, first time. Yuto Amakawa, their first time. Very good, welcome all. Echishio, Jonathan Brown, and Joshua Raimundo actually finally made it this time, according to him. Welcome, everyone. Let us sit down and get on with Chapter 36. Author's note. I said stop flaming, okay? I bet you all are really probably old 70 years old. 111, please. Porter says you're a prep. 1. Oh yeah, and thanks to Ravenford to help. 111. Have fun in England, girl. I looked around in a depressed way. Suddenly, I saw Professor Sinister. Bloody Mary, Socrates and Draco, Vampire and Willow were there too. OMFG serious? I saw you and Samara and Snip and everyone. 111. I can't believe Snap used to be gothic. 111111. Yeah, no, Sirius said sadly. Oh, hey there, bitch, Professor Trevelry said in an emo voice, drinking some Volxamortar serum. Hi, fucker, I said. Listen, Satan asked me out to go a gothic cornet and a movie, so I need a sex and new outfit for the date. Also, I'm playing in a gothic band, so I need an outfit for that too. Oh my, Satan! Get it? Lol, cause she's gothic, gasped Bloody Mary. Want to go to Hot Topic to shop for your outfit? OMFS, let's have a group cutting session 1-1, said Professor Trevelry. I can't fucking wait for that, but we need to get some stuff first, said Willow. Yeah, we need some portions for Professor Trevelry, so she won't be addicted to Voxamort serum anymore, and also some love potion for Ennaby. Darko said resultantly. Well, we have potions class now, Willow said, so let's go. We went to sexily to potions class, but Snap wasn't there. Instead, there was Cornelio Fuck 111. Hey, where the fuck is Dumbledore? STFU, shorted Cornelia Fuck. He is an Ascabian now, with Snap and Lupin. He is old and weak, he has cancer. Now do your work, 111. My friends and I talked angrily. Can you believe Snap used to be gothic? Vampire asked surprisedly. That's it, Cornelia Fuck shooted angrily. I'm getting Professor Bridge. He stomped out angrily. Me friends and I began talking again. I began to drink some blood mixed with beer. Suddenly, I saw Hagrid in the cupboard. What the fuck is he doing? I asked. Then I looked at Draco. He was wearing tons of eyeliner and he looked sexier than ever. Suddenly. Hagrid, what the fuck are you doing? He shouted. I looked around. Hagrid was putting something in my glass of blood. Darko and Vampire started to beat him up sexily. God, you're such a poser! I shouted at Hagrid. Suddenly, I looked at what he was putting into blood. It was Amnesia Potion 111. XXX. Dreamer's note. I would say something witty, but I can't. That's the actual reposter of that, by the way. Tanoob Dude? These characters are representations of Harry Potter characters, renamed slightly, and also with the new character of Eneby, or Ebony, or whatever they choose to call themselves. But in any case, on to the next chapter. Chapter 37. Author's note. Okay, everybody, I'm going on vacation on the 1st of July, so I'm either gonna end up the fic or update it in weeks. Thanks. Oh yeah, and prep stop flaming the story. 1-1. Raven, thanks for the help. See your girl after vacation. Darko's point of view, lol. Vampire and I chained Hagrid to the floor. Oh me fucking Satan, 1-1, Enemy said. She was so hot. Maybe I could use Amnesia Potion to make Satan fall in love with me faster. But you are so sexy and wonderful anyway, Tata, said Vampire. Why would you need it? To make everything go faster, lol, said Eneby. But won't you have to do it with him or anything, will you? I asked jealously. Oh, I see. He's talking about it as Draco. OMFG, you guys are so scary, said Brittany at fucking prep. Shut the fuck up, said Willow. Okay, well anyway, let's go to Professor Travelry's room. Draco, Ebony, and I went to Professor Sinister's room, but Professor Sinister wasn't there. Instead, Tom Ridd was. Oh, hi, fuckers, he said. Listen, I got you some cool new clothes. I took out the clothes from the bag. It was a gothic black leather miniskirt that said 666 on the back, black Stilton boots, blood red fishnets, and a black corset. OMG, fangs! I said, hugging him in a gothic way. I took the clothes in the bag. Okay, Professor Sinister isn't what the fuck should we do? Asked Draco. Suddenly, he looked at the sign. And the black wall. Oh my fucking Satan, I screamed as I read it. On it said, everyone Professor Sinister is away. She is too gothic. She is an Asgahabian now. Classes shall be taught by Dumbledore, who is back, but he shall not be principal for now. Sincerely, Professor Rumbridge. OMFG 111, I shouted angrily. How could they do that? Suddenly, Dumbledore came. What the hell are you doing in my office? He began to shoot angrily. Suddenly, I saw Morty McFly's black time machine. I jumped seductively into it, leaving Draco and Vampire. Suddenly, I was back in Tim. I looked around. It was Professor Slutborn's Ephes. I sneaked around. Suddenly, I saw the Amnesia Potion on his desk. It was black with blood-red pentagrams in it. It was the shape of a cross. I put it in my pocket. Suddenly, the door opened. It was Professor Slutgorn 1-1. OMFG, what the are you doing, fucker? He shouted angrily. I don't know what the fuck you are you doing? I shouted angrily. Oh, sorry. I was just looking around because I thought it was class, you said finally, hoping he couldn't see the potion in your pocket. Oh, okay, you can go now, said Professor Slutborn. You went to the conmen room after putting on my clothes. Silas, Samaro, and Snap were there practicing vampires. Will never hurt you by MCR. Oh, hi, you guys, I said seductively. Where's Satan? Oh, he's coming, said Sirius. By the way, you can call me Hades now. Suddenly, Satan came. He was wearing a smexy black leather Jackson, blood Congress shoes, a Slipknot t-shirt, and a black tie. Okay, I'll see you guys at the concert, I said, and then I went with Satan. By the way, Blazy Blake, thank you very much for contributing to the Muffin Fund, and Yuto Amakawa, thank you very much for the tip, very much appreciated. If you too wish to leave a tip, you can do it at bit.ly/themuffinfund. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you. Ah, Hercule! The world's savior has come. Anyway. Chapter 38. Author's note. What does everyone think if I end a story and then I add some more to it after vacation? Oh yeah, as in prep, stop flaming. If you didn't like the story, then take my quiz, okay? Then you will see if you're gothic or not. XXXXXX. Satan and I walked to his car. It was a black car with pentagrams all over it. On the license plate said 666, just like Draco's car. I went in it seductively. Stan started to drive it. Stan's back. We talked about Stanism. Lol, he was named after Stan. Cutting, music, and being gothic. Oh my Satan, Gerard is so fucking hot. 1-1. Voldemort agreed as we smoked some weed. Because bi guys are hot, they are so sensitive. I love them. Lol, goes fixer, fucks a bi guy. Lol, I totally decided not to commit suicide when I heard Helena. I said in a flirty voice. Hey Satan, do you know the cure for when people are addicted to Voldemort's Suriem? Well, he thought, I think you have to drink vampire blood. Suddenly, Voldemort parked a car behind a black movie theater. Satan and I walked outside. We went into movie tether where they were showing The Exorcist. In it, a boy and a girl were doing it. Suddenly, a serial killer came in. Stan and I laughed and the blood cause we are sadists. While Stan was watching the movie, I had an idea. I took Stan's gothic black nightmare before Christmas cigar sexily from his pocket and put some amnesia potion in it. I put it back in his black Emil the Strange bag. Stan turned around and started to smoke it. Black cows with red pentagrams in and started to fly around everywhere. OMG, Stan said, jumping up. I gasped because I was afraid he'd noticed. Enemy, guess what? I knew that the amnesia had worked. Amnesia potion has not been invented yet, so it will not work, he said. Too bad, because I wanted to use some on you. What? What? I have to admit, dear viewers, that doesn't make any sense. Major Kim Flinger goes, What? What? Akin to Jontron. But how can the amnesia potion not work? Even though she brought it in the future, it would still work. Cool, I raised my eyes suggestingly. And then, he took off my clothes sexually and we started to make out. I took off his shit. He had six-pack just like Gerard Way. We Frenched. Excuse me, but you are going to have to leave, shooted the lady behind us. She was a prep. Fuck you, I said. Suddenly, I attacked her, sucking all her blood. No! She screamed. All the preps in the theater screamed, but everyone else crept because Satan and I looked so cute together. Satan and I started to walk outside. So, OMG, how did you do that? Voldemort asked in a turned-on voice. I am a vampire, I said as we went into the car. Seriously? He gasped. Yeah, seriously, I said, drinking some beer. Satan started to drive the car. I smelled happily. It's too bad we didn't get to see the rest of the movie, don't you think? Yeah, I said as we kized passively. Stan parked in the black driveway next to the place where Draco and I had watched GC for the first time. We went inside where Marilyn Mason was playing and started to mosh, lol. Anti-people, now you've gone too far. Jesus Christ Superstar, screamed Marlon on the stage. We did the devil fingers. I started to dance really close to Stan. He was so schmexy. 1. He looked at me all emo with his gothic red eyes, and he looked exactly like Mikey Way. I almost got an orgasm. Suddenly, Marilyn Mason stopped singing. I would like to present Peasant. X-Black Tier XX11, he said. I ran on stage. Lucian, Samaro, Snap, and Hades were there. They started to play their instruments. I got on Stag. Well, if you wanted honestly, that's all you had to say. 111 I sang. I don't own the lyrics to that song. My voice sounded like a pentagram between Amy Lee and a girl version of Gerard Way. Everyone clapped. Stan got an eructation. I'm not okay, I sang finale. Suddenly, Lucian started playing the song wrong by mistake. OMFG, yelled James. What the fuck? Whoops, I'm sorry, said Lucian. You fucking asshole. Ashhole, James shouted angrily. You guys are such preps, Snap said. Come on, it was a mistake, one. Yeah, it's not his fault, said Sirius. No, he ruined the fucking song, yelled Samaro. You guys stop, I shouted angrily, but it was too late. They all began to fight. Suddenly, Samaro took out his knife. OMFG, no! One shouted Lucian, but it was too late. James tried to shoot off his arm. And then, I jumped sexily in front of the bullet. No! Yielded everyone, but it was too late. Suddenly, everything went black. XXX. My goodness. And this one, by the way, chapter 39, is actually the reposter made this note. I back folks with more My Immortal. Yes, I know it took me ages, but here it all is. Now for a two-parter chapter, where Tara got hacked. Yes, she was hacked, and the hacker wrote a chapter parodying My Immortal. And the hacker, I dare say, was better than Tara. Here is the hacker's chapter, hacker's notes and all. The hacker also put up the chapter Tara had intended to use, so both are featured in this chapter of My Immortal, The Return. Chapter 39. I am a trolling genius, lol. Disclaimer. I do not own the HP series, and I am the not real the XXX bloody risk 666XXX. Author's note. I am extremely immature, pathetic idiot girl, I know. Out of boredom, I cracked this girl's passy for fun. And it took less than 8 minutes to do it, too. And it will probably get in a shitload of trouble. Which I probably deserve, because I'm being a troll right now. Meh. And I present to you my crappy part in this story. And take note, I haven't even finished reading this fic yet. But instead, skip over to skim chapter 38. Flame, laugh, do whatever you want, preps. I, the American retail-wearing British vampire Sue, coughed up blood. Stan kneeled down beside me. No! Don't die! I gave him a rueful smile. I'm sorry. It's something I have to do. To fulfill my duty as the noble Gothic Mary Sue. Satan sobbed. I love you, Ebony. I love you too. I'll see you in hell, I mumbled, already finding my surroundings fading to black. Bloody Mary Smith suddenly popped into the room for no apparent reason. She frowned. She realized the room was oddly quiet. But at the sight of Ebony's lifeless body, she screamed. Her face became pale with horror. She screamed for the healers Dumbledore, McGoogle, and every single Gothic person she could think of. Suddenly, a glow started to surround the body of Ebony. Everything stared in shock. Her body started to lift ever so slowly, and then, to everyone's shock, it started to incinerate. When everyone realized what was happening, they rushed over to try and rescue the body, but it was too late. The Sue became nothing more than a pile of ashes. A loud resounding of everyone bellowing, "No!" filled the room. A white flash of white light from the ashes then started to bounce around the room. Everyone cowered in fear and were temporarily blinded. When it was all over, things changed. All the silly goth clothes dropped from everyone's bodies. Author's note, I refuse to explain how the hell that happened. And in their place, clothes the characters would normally wear in canon appeared on their bodies. When everyone got over the shock of becoming free of the Gothic power, everybody cheered. Everyone started singing, Ding dong, the Sue is dead. Well, that is until all the HP characters realized the true implications of becoming more canon-like again. All the characters who were supposed to be dead fell to the floor, their bodies cold and lifeless. Harry and Voldemort started dueling. On the left side of the two, the battle of the light side and the dark side were reaching a climax. And because the replacement author also likes to screw around with the canon, Draco and Hermione fled the scene and got married. Meanwhile, down in hell, Ebony shed a single tear because of her current situation. A situation that would live on for all eternity. Or at least until the end of fanfiction time. She lost it all, but she knew she had to remain strong. Nothing would break her down. She looked down over her pale body and frowned. Where are my emo clothes? She asked herself in confusion. And then it occurred to her. For her shirt, she was wearing a bright pink polo with a little seagull on the right or left, I can't remember, side. Below that, she was wearing a denim miniskirt with a destroyed look on it. Paired underneath that skirt were leggings with a little moose at the bottom. And then Ebony realized on her shoulder she was carrying a pretty bag with an eagle on it that said, "Live your life," written all over the bag. Ebony suppressed the urge to scream. Yeah, she was decked out in clothes prepped to the extreme, wearing stuff from Abercrombie & Fitch, American Eagle, and Hollister. Panicked, Ebony hastily tried to take off the Hollister polo, but underneath it, there was another Hollister polo underneath. Ebony frowned and looked under her shirt. All she saw was a bra underneath. Dare I point out it's from the Aerie line, available at American Eagle, by the way. Ebony tried to remove the shirt again, but to her frustration, there was yet another polo to replace it. "This is illogical and does not make any sense," Ebony bellowed out to the air. She failed to see the irony of her statement. How hypocritical her words were, seeing as she was practically calling the pet kettle black here. Ebony slits her wrists and mumbled to herself, "Oh my god." / end crap fic. Dreamer's notes. Then the hacker posted the chapter Tara had intended. Author's note. Shut the fuck up, preps. Get a lift. You suck. Oh, and from now on, I'll be on vacation in England until like August, so I won't be able to update for a while, lol. Thanks to everyone who reviewed except the preps who flamed fuck you, MCR Rule 666. I woke up in Norse's office on a special gothic coffin. Hagrid was in the bed opposite me in a coma, cause Vampire and Draco had beat him up. Mr. Norris was cleaning the room. "Oh, Miss Satan, what happened?" I screamed. Suddenly, Voldemort came. He looked less mean than usual. "Get the fuck out, you fucking bastard," I yielded. "Thou hath not killed Vampire yet," he said angrily. Suddenly, he started to cry tears of blood all selective. Voldemort? "OMFG, what's wrong?" I asked. Suddenly, Lucian, Professor Sinister, and Sirius came. Bloody Mary and Vampire were with them. Everyone was holding black boxes. Voldemort disappeared. "OMFG, Enderby, you're alive!" screamed Vampire. I hugged him and Bloody Mary. "What the fuck happened?" I asked him. "Oh my Stan, am I like dead now?" I gasped. "Enderby, you were almost shot," said Sirius. "But the ballet could not kill you since you were from another time." "But thanks anyway," said Lucian, holding out his arm. I gasped. He had 2 arms. "OMFG, I can't believe Vampire's dad shot you," I gasped. "Well, to be honest, Snap was possessed by Snap back then," said James. "Yeah, he was a spy," Sirius said sadly. "He was really a death dealer." "And he was such a fucking poser," said Lucian. "He didn't even really know who GC were until I told him." Well, anyway, everyone started to give me presents. I was opening a black block with red 666s. There was a DVD of Corpse Bride on it when I gasped. Mr. Norris looked up angrily because he hated goths. "Hey, has anyone fucking seen Draco?" I asked gothically. "No, Draco told me he would be watching Hose of Wax," said Professor Trevelry. "He doesn't know that you're better. Anyway, the nurse you said you could get up. Come on!" I got up suicidally. Lucian, Sirius, and Professor Sinister left. I was wearing a black leather nightgown. Under that, I had on a sexy black leather bra trimmed with black lace, with a matching thong that said Gothic Girl on the butt, and the sexy fishnets that kind hooked onto my thong. If you don't get the idea, message me, I'll tell you. I put on a black fishnet top under a black MCR t-shirt. A black leather mini with black lace and Congress shoes. I left the hospital wings with Bloody Mary, Willow, and Vampire. "OMFG, let's celebrate," gasped Willow. "We can go see Hose of Wax with Draco," giggled Vampire. "Let's go listen to GC and cut ourselves, 666, said Hermione. We opened a conmen room door sexily, and then I gasped. Draco was there, doing it with Snap! 1111111. He was wearing a black t-shirt with 666 on the front and baggy jeans. "You fucking prep!" we all yelled angrily. "Yeah, you betrayed us," shouted Vampire angrily as he took out his black gun. "No, you don't understand," screamed Draco sadly as he took his thingy out of Snake's. "No shit, you fucking suck, you preppy bastard," said Willow, trying to attack him. "You rock, girl." I ran suicidally to my room. I sexily took a steak out. Medium rare. Enderby, no! 111 screamed Draco, but it was too late. I'd slit my wrists with it, and suddenly everything went black again. Sincerely, and a non-author who will silently not reveal her identity because she's a coward. AKA, just a troll with rocks for brains. XXX. Okay. The author went Dreamer's Notes. This was posted during the hack of Tara's account. She regained her account completely as of chapter 41. But the troll didn't write another MI parody and instead uploaded the following, which is Tara's original chapter. The idiot is the troll. Hence the idiot's note. Lol. Though I think the troll is rather intelligent compared to Tara, don't you? Chapter 40. Lol, someone has taken my account over. The idiot's note. Well, this was in the dock area. Might as well let the whole world see what the real Tara wanted to show us. Have a nice day. Author's note. Shut the fuck up, Prips. Get a lift. You suck. Oh, and from now on, I'll be in vacation. Oh, okay. No, actually, never mind. This is just pretty much the same chapter. Dreamer's notes. Holy shit. I just realized, if Tara went away to England, she could have been near my house at one point in 2006. Oh dear. Heck, maybe I passed her in the street. Chapter 41. Author's note. To everyone who keeps flaming gets its life. I bet you probably oughtn't. No, who Gerard Way is, you probably are preps and posers. Anyway, someone hacked into my account in November and they put up my last chapter, but now there is a new one. I'm sorry for not updating for a while, but I've been really busy. I'm trying to finish the story before the new movie comes out. I'm going on vacation for a month. I won't be back until about 2 weeks. OMFG, Draco is so hot in all the pics for the new movie. I wanted them to put a cameo by Gerard Way, lol. He has to play Draco. If you flame, I'll slit my wrists. Raven, you rock, girl. Have fun in England. When I woke up, I was in a strange room. I looked around. I was wearing the same outfit I had when I performed with Black Tears. I looked around confusedly. It was the Norse office, but it looked different. On the wall, a pic of Marilyn Manson. Just imagine that he is 80s gothic band too, okay, because he is more old than Panic? At the disco or MCR. There was also a gothic Black Beatles calendar with a pic of the Beatles wearing eyeliner and black clothes. On it said 1980. One moment, viewers. One moment, just messaging somebody. Just messaging my girlfriend. She just got back from a concert, so I was just making sure that she was okay. Anyway. OMFG, I'm back in Tim again, I screamed loudly. Suddenly, Stan, this is actually Voldemort photo reference. Voldemort was wearing a black leather Jackson, black tit jeans, and fishnet pants. He looked so sexy, I almost had an orgy. OMFG, Enopy, are you okay? He asked gothically. Yeah, I'm okay for your information, I snapped sexily. OMG, am I dead? Because I remembered I had jumped in front of the bullet from James's gun. I also remembered seeing Draco doing it with Snap. I guessed that when I'd slit my wrists, I went back in Tim instead of dying. I know I could go forward in time if I found a time turner on the time machine. No, you're not dead, Satan reassured suicidally as he smoked a cigarette sexily, and smoke came all over his face. You're a vampire, so you can't die from a bullet. Come on now, let's go see how Harry's dad is doing. I know that the real reason I didn't die from the ballet cause I was from the future. What the fuck? James almost shot Lucius, I said in Diggo Alley. I knew that James had really been possessed, but I didn't want him to know I knew. Yeah, I know, but he had a headache. He was really under a lot of stress, Stan reasoned evilly. I guess that's okay, I said, because James hadn't really shot Lucian. Also, I knew that Lucian would now have to have 2 arms instead of 1. I walked seductively out with Stan. Suddenly, I saw a totally sexy gothic bi guy. He had bleached blonde hair, with black streaks up to his ears, and he was wearing gothic black eyeliner, a black Green Day shirt. It showed Billy Joel with blonde hair since it was the 80s. Black Congress shoes and black baggy pants. He walked in all sexily like Gerard Way in the video for I Don't 3 You Like I Did Yesterday, and you could see a black tear on his face, like the Wim in that video. Hey, he said all quietly and gothically. Who the fuck is that? I asked angrily, because I did not know him. This is Hedwig, said Voldemort. He used to be in Black Tears, too, but he had to drop out because he broke his arm. Hey, Hedwig, I said seductively, even though I was not trying to be. Lol, hi, Ennaby, he answered, but then he ran away, because he had hair of magical creature. He was wearing Welcome to the Black Parade under his breath. I know that is not 80s, but pretend it is, okay? Bye, I said all sexily. That was Hedwig. He used to be my boyfriend, but we broke up, Stan said sadly, looking at his black nails. OMFG, I can get you 2 back together, I said, fingering something. I didn't know what was in my pocket. A black coot is what we aim for, is a video iPod that I could take videos with. Does anyone else know about them? They kick ass. Okay, you can forget about your class for now, Hedwig. I'm going to show you something great. I led them to the Great Hall. Come on, you guys. Lucian, James, Sirius, and Snake were all in the Great Hall. Lucian wouldn't talk with James because he had tried to shoot him. Go fuck yourself, you fucking douche, he shooted at him. Draco is never going to be friends with Vampire now. Yeah, go fuck yourself, Samaro. Snape agreed, but I knew he was laying because he had been full to James. He had almost shot Lucian. Be quiet, you guys, I said sexily. My plan was working out great. Now I could make Voldemort good without doing it with him. Now Vampire's dad would never die, and okay, Stan and Hedwig, you guys can start making out, I said, and I started to film them with the iPod. Cool, said Sirius as Voldemort and Hagrid started to make out sexily. We watched as today started to take each other's clothes off sexily. Samario, Sirius, Snake, and Lucian all watched because they were probably bi. I knew Snape was bi. Oh my fucking god. Voldemort! Voldemort! Screamed Hedwig as his Glock touched Voldemort's. But suddenly, everything stopped as the door opened, and in came Dumbledore and Mr. Norris. 11111. XXX. Chapter 42. The Black Parade. Author's note. OMG, the new book is coming out really soon. I can't wait. I think that Snape will really be the same person as Voldemort because they are both half-blood, so that will explain he killed Dumbledore and he hated Harry. And then Harry will have to commit suicide so Voldemort will die, because he will really be a Horcrux. OMG, I hope Draco and Harry get together. That would be so schmexy, won't it? If they don't, JKR is homophobic. Thanks to the help with the facts, Medusa, you rock. I sat depressedly in Dumbledore's office, with Hedwig, Satan, James, Sirius, Snap, and Lucian. Dumbledore was sitting in front of us cruelly. He looked more young than he did in the future. He had taken the iPod away and was now listening to a shitty Avril Lavigne song. What the hell is this anyway? He cackled meanly. I hoped he didn't find out that I was from another time. Whatever you do, don't blame Ebony, you jerk, Stan said. Yeah, seriously, she was trying to get Stan and Hedwig back together, Sirius said defiantly. Be quiet, you Stanists, Dumbledore cockled. If you're lucky, I'll probably send you to Akazaban. That will teach you to copulate into Great Hall. He changed the song onto iPod to a NSYNC song. Suddenly, I noticed something strong about the iPod. It was slowly chonging. Dumbledore didn't notice. You fucking poser, I muttered. I'd bet you never even heard of GC, James said. No, I knew what the iPod was changing into. Morty McFly's Tim Machine. Shut up, Jones, Jaco's dad shouted. Yeah, shut up, Snake said preppily. No, you shut up, Dumbledore, said Tom. I've had enough of you Stanists in my school. shouted Dumbledore spuriously. Suddenly, I grabbed the iPod from him. Everyone, jump in before it's too late! I jumped into it, but only one other person jumped in. It was Stan. You dunderheads! 1111111, screamed Dumbledore wisely as we went. I looked around. I was in the slithering common room with Stan. I was wearing a black plaid miniskirt with hot pink fishnets, a sexy black MCR corset, and black stiletto boots with pink pentagrams on them. My earrings were black Stanish sins, and my raven hair was all around me to my mid-black. Hey, cool! Where is this? He asked in an emo voice. This is the future. Dumbledore's iPod that he tried to take away from me was really a tin machine, I told him. Cool. What's an eye patch? He whimpered. It's something you use to listen to music, I yacked. OMFG, cool! Wait, what's a 4-letter word for dirt? He asked in a sexy voice. I guess sand? I laid confusedly. Yeah, I was just trying to make sure you were still the same person, he triumphantly giggled. Suddenly, some of my friends walked in. OMFG, you're fucking alive, said Ginny, wearing a black leather jacket, black baggy pants, and a gothic black from first to last shirt. I explained to her why I was alive. Konnichiwa, bitch, said Willow. She was wearing a black corset, showing off her boobs with lace all around it and red stripes on it. With it, she was wearing a black leather miniskirt, big black boots, white foundation, black eyeliner, red eyeshadow, and black lipstick. Hey, motherfucker, said Diablo with his red hair. He was wearing a black Panic at the Disco t-shirt and black baggy pants. Hey, who's that, Ebony? Bloody Mary questioned as she walked in wearing a black t-shirt with a red pentagram on it with lace at the bottom. Red leather pants with black leather lace and black stilettos? I think that's what she means. Oh, it's Stan! I told her and she nodded and knowing the truth. Suddenly, Stan started to cry. Are you okay, Stan? We asked concernedly. OMFG, you're from the future. What if you don't like him anymore because you were from different times, he asked. No, I still like you, I said sexily to him. Okay, he said reassuredly. I let him listen to Teenagers by MCR on my iPod while I was about to go outside to find out some things. I gave Diablo a signal to keep Satan occupied. Stan fell asleep. I was about to walk outside. Professor Sinister ran in. She was wearing a gothic black mini dress with depressing black stripes, white and black striped tights, and red Converse shoes. She was wearing lots of black eyeliner. Oh my fucking god, where's Draco? How did Snap get back out here? I thought he was in Azerbaijan, I asked sadly. Okay. Ebony, I was so worried about you, but I know you can't fucking die because you're a vampire. Snape came back because that girl Brittany freed him. I never liked her. She was a bad student, Trevor said assuredly. That bitch. Did she also free Hagrid and Lupin? I shouted angrily. I hated Brittany because she was a fucking prep. Yes, they're on the loose at this school. Dumbledore is back. Cornelia is on his way to help everyone. Tell everyone you see to lock themselves in their conman room, Trevor said worriedly. Okay, but where's Draco? How come he was doing it with Snap? I don't know why, but I know he almost tried to commit suicide after you almost killed yourself, she said. OMG, that's terrible, I gasped. Stan was still asleep, so he couldn't tell what was going on. Then I said, listen everyone, I have something important to do. In her everyone stay. With that, I ran out. Good luck, Tara, everyone cried. I ran sexily down the starries into the great hall while the portraits around me looked at me scaredly. There was hardly anyone else in the stairs, and there was an atmosphere of horror. On the way, I saw Brittany laughing on the stairs. She was wearing a slutty pink shirt with flowers on it, a blue jean Abercrombie and pink stilettos. She looked just like a pentagram of those fucking preps Hilary Duff and Lindsay Lohan. You fucking bitch, I shouted angrily. No, you're totally a bitch. Now Voldemort will totally kill you, she laughed. Crucius, I shouted selectively, pontificating my black wand, and she started screaming because she was being tortured, and I laughed sadistically. No, help me, like, please, Brittany screamed terrifiedly. I put up my middle finger at her. Ugh. In her hand, I saw the video camera Snape and Lumpin had used to take the video of me. I put the tape of Voldemort doing it with Hedwig onto it. Then I continued to run down the stairs with the camera. When I heard the Great Hall, I saw Vampire Potter. OMG, Vampira, I yelled. We hugged each other happily. He looked at me with his gothic red eyes and spiky black hair. Around them were like eyeliner and eyeshadow. He was wearing a black leather Jackson, leather pants, a Panic at the Disco concert shirt, and his black Congress shoes. He looked more like Joel from Good Charlotte than ever. Did you hear their song? The river, it rocks. I was so worried you died, moaned Vampire. I know, but I'm a vampire, lol. When I woke up, I was back in 1980. So anyway, I bought Voldemort from when he was young with me. Where's Draco? I asked furiously. Draco? You mean that fucking poser who betrayed you? Vampire snarkled with anger in his sexy voice. I know, but we have to find him, I said, smarty. I'll do it then, Hangry said angstily. Okay, I agreed. Suddenly, all the lights in the room went out. And then, the Dork Mark appeared. Oh my fucking Stan, Harry shouted. I think Voldemort has arrived, I said anxiously. Fuck, I have to find Draco. I guess we should separate. Okay, Vampire said, disapparating. Suddenly, I ran into the Great Hall. Penultimate chapter, everyone. Nearly there. Chapter 43. Author's note. I think after this I will have about 2 or 3 more chapters. Thanks to all my reviewers that does flamers. If you framed a story, then you suck. If you flamed, then fuck you. I walked sexily into the Great Hall. It was empty except for one person. Draco was there. He sat in the bloody broom in his black 666 t-shirt and his blaggy back plants. He had slit his wrists. I felt mad at him for having sex with Snape. Oh. Sorry about this, everyone. I feel a bit tingly in my cheeks. Maybe it's just all the tension from that. Draco, are you okay? I asked. I'm not okay, he screamed depressedly. I thought of the MCR song, and I got even more depressed because that song always makes me cry. I gave him a pot cigarette and he started to smoke it. Oh, Draco, why did you do it? With that fucking bastard Snape, I asked tearfully. Draco began to say, but suddenly Lupin and Mr. Norris apparated into the room. They didn't see us. I'm so glad me and Snape were freed, said Lupin. Damn, this job would be great if it wasn't the fucking students, Mr. Norris agreed. Poppadillum! I yielded angrily, pointing my wand at them. Poppadillum? Okay. No! Lupin shouted as chains came on him. Mr. Norris ran away. You fucking perv, I said, laughing with dips of evil and depressedness in my voice. Now you have to tell us where Voldemort is or I'm going to torture you. I don't know where he is, said Lupin. Suddenly, Stan and Vampire ran into the room. Vampire didn't know who Stan was, really. Oh my Stan, we were so worried about you guys, Vampire said. I looked sexily at Draco with his gothic red eyes with contacts, black t-shirt that said 666 on it, and pale skin with like Gerard Way. Vampire with sexy black hair and red eyes just like Frankie Iero, and Satan who looked just like Brendan Urie then. I selectively took the caramel from my pocket, and then I began Frenching Draco sexily. Lupin gasped. Draco began to take all his clothes off, and I could see his white sex-pack. Then Vampire took off his clothes too. We all began to making together sexily. I took off my black leather bra, my black lace thong, and the rest of my clothes. Everyone took their Glocks out except for me, I'm a girl, lol. Oh, Miss Stan, Draco, I screamed as he put his hardness in my thingy. Then he did the same thing to Harry. I began making out with Stan and he joined in. OMS, cried Vampire. Oh, Vampire, Vampire, I screamed. "Oh, Stan!" yelled Harry and Pleasure. Lupin watched in shock. We took turns doing torture curses on him because we were all sadists. Suddenly, a big black car that said 666 on the license plate flew straight through the windows, and Snap was in it. XXX. Last chapter, everyone. Hang on to your butts and your thingies. Author's note. Well, I have nothing to say, but everyone stop glamming, okay? If any gothic people are reading this in you rock. OMG, I still can't wait for the movie. Tom Fletton is so hot, lol. I hope Harry will become gothic because my friend told me he is really emo in this book. OMFG, I'm leaving W pretty soon. Can't wait! This will probably be the last chapter until I come back. That's me car, shouted Draco angrily. But suddenly it was revealed who was in the car. It was Snape. I shall free you, Lupin, but first you must help me kill these idiotic dunderheads, he said cruelly from the car as it flew circumcising above us. Ebony Darkness Dementia Raven Way must be killed. Then the Dark Lord shall never die. You fucking prep, yelled Draco. Then he looked at me sadly. I forgot to tell you, Ebony. Snape made me do it with him. I didn't really have sex with him, but he is a rapist. We all put our clothes on quickly except Stan. We were so scarred, but Stan didn't change. Instead, he changed into a man with green eyes, no nose, a grey robe, and white skin. He had changed into Voldemort. I knew who thou were all along, he cackled evilly and sarcastic at me. Now I shall kill thee all. Thunder came into room. No, please don't kill us, pleaded Vampire. Suddenly, Willow, Bloody Mary, Diablo, Ginny, Dorkula, Fred and Gorge, Hagrid, McGonagall, Dumbledore, Sirius and Lucian all ran in. What is the meaning of this? Dumbledore asked all angrily, and Voldemort looked away, because Dumbledore is the only wizard he is scarred of. He did a spell, and suddenly his broomstick came to him sexily. Voldemort flew above the room evilly on his broomstick. Oh my goth, Slugborn gasped. Get it? 'Cause I'm gothic. The Dark Lord shall go kill all of you. Then you must submit to him. Snape ejaculated menacingly. You fucking preppy fags! Sirius shouted angrily. I know a fourth-letter word for dirt. Cruciatus! Screamed Harry, but the spark from his wand only hit Draco's car. It fell down. Snape quickly crawled out of it and picked up the Sidio camera. Oh my fucking god, I cried, because the video of me in the bathroom, the video of me doing it with Draco, and the video of Stan doing it with Vampire. If you kill me, then these Sidios will be shown to everyone in the skull. Then you can be just like the gothic girl, Paris Hilton. He laughed meanly. No! I screamed. FYI, I have the picture of you doing it with Lupin. What's he talking about? Lupin slurped as he sat in chains. I saw too. She's going to everyone the picture, Harry shouted angrily. Shut up, Lumpkin roared. Foolish ignoramuses, yelled Voldemort from his broomstick. Thou shalt all die soon. Think again, you fucking muggle poser, Harry yelled, and then he and Diablo and Navel both took out black guns, but Voldemort took out his own one. You guys are all in a Latin standoff, I shouted despairedly. Echo Neville! Wand! Cried Voldemort, and suddenly Neville's wand was in his hands. Now I shall kill thee all, and Ebony will die. He made lighting come all over the place. Save us, Ebony! Dumbledore cried. I cried sexily. I just wanted to go to the conman room and slit my wrist with my friends while we watched all Shark Attack 3 and Saw 2 and do it with Draco, but I knew I had to do something more impotent. Abra Cadabra! 11111, I shooted. XXX. And that we are done. My Immortal is now complete. But let us take a look at this uploader's epilogue. He says, and that's it. Tara wrote chapter 44 and never wrote for My Immortal ever again. My Immortal began in 2006, and in 2008 Fanfiction.net decided to sit through stories on the site and delete fics that didn't live up to their standards. It's quite clear that My Immortal, due to its terrible spelling and plot, would have been one of the first to go. There is no sequel to My Immortal, and all people claiming to be Tara are lying. Tara never wrote again, and she never completed her epic piece either. This is it. The only authentic My Immortal writing on the internet, and this is all you'll get. Sorry to disappoint. Nobody knows why Tara never wrote for My Immortal after chapter 44, and I suppose we'll never know what happened to Ebony and Co. Until then, we can remember the gang in this multi-chapter monstrosity. I know. Most of you hate this fiction and find it a nightmare to read, and a crime against literature. But it's almost sad that it was never completed. And that here, we leave Ebony, Draco, and Vampire on the last stand against Voldemort. Thank you for reading, and I hope someone, somewhere, thought it worthwhile. Well, Special Dreamin', we certainly did. Thank you very much for actually finishing this tale. And thank you, dear viewers. I absolutely enjoyed it. Thank you very much. And Anders, young man, thank you very much for your tip to round off the event. Thank you very much. Thank you. And I actually find it very sad. I'm going to miss those characters very much. I would love it very much if we can find a way to immortalize the tales of Ebony, Draco, and Vampire, along with me to find out if we can actually find a picture. Because I would love to find a way to encapsulate the night. If any fan artists are out there, then I would very much appreciate it. Because this has been a very long 3 weeks. And it's actually been very much fun. And I thank you all for sticking around and surviving. Because of this chat, we now know what happened. My Immortal is now a thing. The Electrocraft, if you wish to tip, follow this link. I shall just include it at the moment. Let's write our own ending? Well, actually, I would, if anybody would actually like to do a My Immortal version, we might actually put it in. I might do one. I might do a stream. If we can find somebody who can write an appropriate My Immortal. That shall be our contest and our legacy, viewers. We shall finish My Immortal together. Together, we can write My Immortal. Now, if you wish to contribute and make your own version, simply tweet MasakoX over there with your own version. And we shall together write the end. But, Andrea, if you wish to do some drawing, do some imagination from what you read. But we can end this. We can end this, my dear viewers. We can end this. But until then, thank you very much, everyone. And I appreciate you for all your adventures. Anyway, next week, we shall be getting on to normal service. Or, if we can find another infamous longer fanfiction, we can dedicate it to that. But anyway, thank you very much, everyone. And I shall see you next time. On the next Bad Fanfiction Live. Toodle pip and chin chin.